To foil a blackmail scheme and save Sir Richard from a vicious jest, Robin names the sheriff and the sheriff does the rest.
A proclamation from the Sheriff of Nottingham. Whereas His Royal Highness Prince John has graciously announced that he will visit Nottingham, and whereas Prince John will be accompanied by nobles, knights, and men-at-arms...
Wench, strong drink and plenty of it.
It is ordered that every town, village, and hamlet in the Shire will contribute foodstuffs. Any serf who refuses to contribute will suffer the lash. Is that your wine cart?
I'm paid to guard it. It's valuable cargo.
You usually drink on duty?
I'm an old soldier, my friend, and I'm quite capable of looking after myself. I've been riding on that cart all night, and I need a strong breakfast.
Well, you'll go the rest of the way to Nottingham with us. Fall in ahead of that food cart. We'll give you a military escort.
Military escort? Huh. I'm capable of looking after my own shipment, thank you.
Don't be too sure. Not going through Sherwood Forest.
You make it sound like a trip through enemy territory.
It's enemy territory, all right. Perhaps you've been away so long you haven't heard of the outlaw, Robin Hood.
Robin Hood? We're on a military escort for the rest of the way. I'm going to ride in the back. Me and my friend here are going to take the opportunity to get a little sleep.
Look, Robin. 2 carts coming, guarded by sheriff's men.
Only 4 guards, can't be much. But it's such a lovely, peaceful day.
When a man loses his appetite for honest work, he's already got 1 foot in the grave.
Oh, I suppose you're right. If the sheriff thinks enough of that cargo to guard it, I suppose it warrants our attention. Do you want to live, fellow?
Yes.
All right, then start running, and don't stop till you get to Dover. Go on.
There we are.
Don't let him get away, lads.
Well, hello, Bafe. Since when did you start keeping such bad company?
Since they forced me at the sword point, Robin.
What's all this food and all that wine for? Is the sheriff giving a party?
That he is. Prince John's coming to Nottingham.
Where does it all come from?
Village of Acton Parva.
Contributed out of love for Prince John, no doubt.
Well, you know how they got it, Little John, by flogging and threatening.
Take it back to them, Bafe.
What a prize, eh, lads? Wine from London. I'll wager there's some pretty good drinking in these barrels.
Pretty good. It's fit for a prince.
All right, stand by to lend a hand, lads. We've got to get this cart back to camp. Greetings, Friar. We bring wine for dinner.
Oh, how many barrels? What a stimulating sight. An excellent Malmsey. Light-bodied, but a delicate flavor. Ah, this one is superb.
Can he really smell right through a barrel?
Oh, Tuck can smell a roasting chestnut at 2 leagues with the wind against him.
We'll serve this one. There we are. Steady with it.
Marion, just in time for dinner. Personally prepared by Friar Tuck and served with wine selected for the palate of Prince John.
Then you've heard he's coming.
Oh, yes, we've heard.
Can I speak to you alone? The sheriff paid me a visit this morning. Every castle and manor house in the Shire is expected to provide bed and board for some of our noble guests.
How long are they staying?
3 days. I'll have to put up with the Count, 2 Norman knights and their ladies.
Think you can keep that temper under control?
I'll have to. For 3 days, I shall be the cool and aloof Lady Marion Fitzwalter, the Shire's most popular hostess. Robin, the sheriff expects Sir Richard of the Lee to accommodate 20 of the Normans in his castle.
Well, he'll just have to put up with it, the same as the rest of you.
Do you know, Richard, he's always penniless. He says he won't let them in. Besides, he doesn't have any food or wine for that many visitors.
Well, perhaps I can help him there. We just came by some wine, and the forest's full of food. It'd be foolish of him to get into trouble over this. I'll see what I can do. Little John, how much food have we got in our larder?
Well, there's a deer and some chickens and...
Right, load it on the cart, on top of that wine.
Right, Robin.
That'll be...
On top of that wine, you're not giving that nectar away, are you?
Oh, it's in a very noble cause.
Oh, but I need wine for my health. I have a cold coming on.
Try abstinence.
Abstinence? Abstinence? Oh, there's a time and a place for everything. Abstinence at a time.
All ready, Robin.
Right, Little John, you better send out a hunting party and have the lads stock up the larder again. Get up, boy. When Marion told me about your inconvenient visitors, I thought you'd need some help, Sir Richard. So I loaded up what I could and came straight away.
Thanks for the provisions, Robin. Extremely decent of you. Rather than feed the Normans, I'd sooner poison them.
I want your word, Sir Richard. No poison.
Oh, Robin, of course not. No poison.
I know it's a temptation, but you promised. And now I must be going in case I run into any of them and fall into the same temptation myself. Goodbye, Sir Richard.
Come and see me again, Robin, when my unwelcome guests have gone.
That I will.
Sir Richard?
Oh. Didn't hear you come in?
No, I came here on the cart with Robin Hood.
Friend of Robin's, eh?
Not exactly.
Have we met?
No. My name's Lucas. I've been overseas with King Richard's army.
Good. I'm surprised he let you come home, though. I think he needs every man he has in France at the moment.
He didn't let me come home exactly. I deserted. There was talk I'd committed a theft.
Oh, innocent man, trapped by circumstantial evidence, that sort of thing.
No, I was guilty.
But, my dear fellow, do you realize you're confessing you're a blackguard?
Correct. The sooner you realize that, the easier it's going to be for us to transact our business together.
Business? To what business do you refer?
Blackmail, Sir Richard. Blackmail.
Blackmail?
You're up to your neck in a conspiracy against Prince John. My silence will be worth quite a lot to you.
I've done nothing, except remain loyal to King Richard.
Oh, you deny accepting that cartload of stuff from Robin Hood? Illegal deer, stolen wine.
Private affair. Nothing to do with conspiracy against Prince John.
No? What about the poison plot?
If you've been listening so carefully, you'd have heard me promise there'd be no poisoning.
Oh. So you don't deny you intended to poison the Normans until Robin Hood talked you out of it?
Never intended to use poison. Figure of speech. Figure of speech.
Huh. What about your fellow conspirator, Lady Marian Fitzwalter? I saw her earlier today at Robin Hood's secret headquarters.
Marion has nothing to do with this.
Ah, so you do know her, do you? What a story this is going to make for the sheriff's ears. A knight of the realm and a noble lady conspiring with desperate outlaws to poison and subvert.
Stop! How much do you want?
Shall we say 1,000 crowns?
1,000? I couldn't possibly raise that much.
Mortgage your castle.
It's always mortgaged.
Very well. If I don't get the money from you, I shall sell my information to the sheriff. Good day, Sir Richard.
Wait! Here's my note. 1,000 crowns. I'll pay you when my land's harvested.
This note with your signature, the final touch of proof. I think the sheriff's going to pay me very well for my information.
But I've just paid!
You fool, I want gold, not a piece of parchment. You just confessed you're a pauper.
This is too much! I'm put to death!
Well, I do not permit you to exercise in the castle. Besides, his muscles get sore, and then I have to rub his back with goose grease. And you know how I hate the smell of goose grease.
I won't kill you now, Sir Richard. You're worth more to me alive.
Richard, darling, was that quite serious? Are you hurt?
A foot slipped, otherwise I'd have spitted the fella.
Who was he?
Tell the stable boy, saddle my horse. Grave trouble, must get to Robin for help.
Oh.
Furthermore, he isn't even an honest blackmailer. He took my money and then said he was going straight away to the sheriff anyway.
And you paid him 1,000 golden crowns?
I gave him my note. The note of a gentleman is the same as money, is it not?
Of course, Sir Richard, just the same. Then the blackmailer is in possession of your note in your handwriting.
Yes.
Did he plan to try and get money from Marion?
I gathered he was going to the sheriff straight away. Obviously, he thinks he can get more money from him than from us.
Horses, Little John, for Tuck and myself. We are going to Nottingham with Sir Richard.
But the blackmailer may be in Nottingham by now.
Yes, but the sheriff may not. He's been riding all over the Shire, making arrangements for Prince John's visit.
Well, what if he's through with that and is in Nottingham?
Well, then he'll have you served up to Prince John on a platter, roasted, with an apple in your mouth.
Apple? Shall we hurry?
Here, Mother, let me carry this for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It is heavy.
sheriff is still out of town. Lucas is in there waiting for him.
What about the guards?
Or sitting around, a couple of them playing at dice.
Do you play dice, Sir Richard?
Love the game. Lost half my inheritance that way.
Right. Get into the game with the guards. Lose the whole lot if you have to, but keep their attention. Kitchen entrance.
2 legs of mutton.
There's the door.
Next, 1 bushel of apples.
I demand a fair share of this food for the poor.
Are you jesting? This is good food.
The poor must not be allowed to starve.
Hang the poor. I need all the food I can get to feed Prince John.
Don't raise your voice to me. I'll take this up with the sheriff himself.
Please do just that.
Wait, I will.
Quiet. Who's next?
We'll have to be quick. Back in the lion's den. The last time I was in here, I had a sword in my back.
Robin, much as I'd like to hear the story of your life, let's get this over before the sheriff comes back, shall we?
Lucas should be in there.
I'm determined to learn this game if it takes my whole purse.
Come on, let's get on with the game then.
No good. Throw again.
Lucas,
Yes,
you're next. Go inside.
but... My Lord Sheriff, Your Honor, I didn't know you'd returned.
Is there any reason why you should, Lucas?
You know my name?
I know everything about everyone in this shire. Give me the note that you got from Sir Richard. How long have you been a blackmailer, Lucas?
Blackmail was only a tactic, my lord, so I could obtain proof of a dangerous conspiracy and lay the facts before you.
And how long have you been a liar, Lucas?
I don't lie, my lord. I've uncovered a plot between
You
Robin Hood
stumbled
and...
on a few facts, yes. But you haven't got the imagination to realize how big the conspiracy really is.
Robin Hood? What are you doing in the sheriff's castle?
That's what I meant when I said you've got no imagination. I'm here, you fool, because the sheriff is in this thing with us.
I don't believe it.
Your beliefs can hardly alter the facts, Lucas.
But this morning you robbed the sheriff. I was in the wine cart.
Well, of course, I rob the sheriff regularly once a month to keep up appearances. We can't make it obvious we're in this thing together.
This is hard for me to grasp.
Do you honestly believe that I could stay uncaptured, roaming the forest at will, if the sheriff wasn't on my side?
No. I suppose not.
And what do you suppose happens when you stick your head right in the lion's mouth?
Look, Robin, I promise I'll forget all about this. I'll never even think of what I know.
Well, Lucas, the information that you stumbled on is not going to prove healthy.
What do you mean?
Well, obviously, the sheriff and I can't let you walk around loose knowing what you know.
What are you going to do?
Well, I was just trying to think. You know, really, there doesn't seem to be any way out.
Out? Out of what?
Well, out of... you know.
There, Robin. I won't tell, Robin. You can trust me. Please, Robin.
Maybe you're right. Perhaps I can trust you. After all, you could hardly take information like this to anyone except Prince John himself. Yes, on second thoughts, Lucas, you're quite harmless.
That's right, Robin. I'm harmless. I'm quite harmless.
You can keep your life, but I think you'd better get out of the Shire. Fast.
All right, Robin. Don't worry about me. I'm leaving.
Oh, and Lucas, stay away from Prince John.
Prince John.
You know, it was quite fun, sitting in a big chair, laying down the law. But I decided that castle life suited the sheriff better than me. So I left it to him to deal with any awkward questions that might arise.
Make way for Prince John's bodyguard! Stand aside, fellow. You can't go in there.
Yes?
The captain of His Highness's bodyguard awaits an audience, my lord.
That ruffian has about as much breeding as a Saxon. All right, show him in.
Yes, my lord.
Ah, my dear Lescaut, how delightful to see you again.
Good evening, Sheriff.
And how may I be of service to you?
I've just been making a survey of security arrangements.
Security?
All seems to be in good order.
I suppose it's customary, but surely in my own castle.
In times like these, my Lord Sheriff, no one is above suspicion.
Yes, of course, we can't be too careful.
I must see Prince John!
I am mad. You can't go in there.
But this is a conspiracy! A plot!
Guard! Bring that man to me. Now, what's all this about?
You're not Prince John?
I'm the captain of his bodyguard. Speak up, man.
Sir, I seek a just reward for having uncovered here in Nottingham a conspiracy against His Royal Highness.
What?
A plot to poison members of his retinue.
You hear that, my Lord Sheriff?
Preposterous. And just who is involved in this supposed conspiracy?
Robin Hood and...
Robin Hood. Lescaut, you know the outlaw situation. I assure you I have it under control.
You have indeed. It's not just the outlaws, but members of the high and mighty in Nottingham are involved.
Can you name them?
I can. The sheriff. He's in it. I spoke with Robin Hood this afternoon in this very room.
That's a lie.
Ask the sheriff how Robin Hood can roam the forest at will year after year if they're not in league in this together.
The man was a maniac. Lescaut, what are you thinking? You know I'm loyal.
I believe you, my Lord Sheriff. You've shown your loyalty often enough in many ways. But that outlaw did say one interesting thing. How does Robin Hood roam the forest at will if you're not in league with him?
Robin Hood, riding through the glen. Robin Hood, with his band of men. Feared by the bad, loved by the good. Robin Hood. He called the greatest archers to a tavern on the green. They vowed to help the people of the king. They handled all the trouble on the English country scene and still found plenty of time to sing. Robin Hood, riding through the glen. Robin Hood, with his band of men. Feared by the bad, loved by the good. Robin Hood.